Okay, so what I'm going to talk about here is a general introduction to some of the functions of Moodle. Now, your Moodle pages will be very different from mine because I have basically an administrative access, whereas you don't. This will also serve as an introduction to the class because being an online class, I can't meet all of you face to face and just point to things as easily. So I've decided to do it this way because then you can have the best of both worlds. So just as an introduction, as I said, you need to buy this course book in A97. There is a digital version available. You would have to contact the English office in regards to that. You must buy this text. We will be using it by week 3 and 4. I do have physical office hours, even though this is an online class. You are always welcome to come into office hours if you're on campus or if you have a question about something. My office hours are Tuesday and Thursday, 9:30 to 11 in room G5. My email address that I use most commonly is this one, the Gmail account. Like I said, I have a UB account, but I only check that when I'm in my office. So anyway. Here's the disclaimer about the audio, the YouTube videos, the YouTube channel. Okay, this will link you to that web page. Also, there's a hyperlink here in case scrolling down here is too tedious. You can read the course outline here if you want. That outlines certain rules and aspects. Just a couple things here before I go in to the course itself. First of all, I do not accept late work at all. Okay, so if there's something slated coming up, week 3, week 4, final, midterm, whatever, if you're late even by a minute, it locks you out of the system. You cannot then submit the paper. Okay, this is not to be punitive, rather it's to try to help show you that waiting till the last minute to do anything in life, just like in college, is a terrible habit to have. If you have an emergency, like a family emergency or medical emergency, I will make an exception in those cases. Okay, otherwise, no late work. Also, any instances of plagiarism will not be tolerated. Okay, plagiarism, I will catch you. Okay, if you plagiarize, so just don't do it. I want to point to a couple things here in the policy. Here's the grading scale that UB uses. It's a little bit different from a normal grading scale, but that makes us special, right? Here, this is important. You will not have in-class workshops, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to change this a little bit. This will actually be a revised. This will be a bit of a revision. We'll talk about that later. Critical reading assignments, that is 10% each of your grade, equaling 30%. The reflective and cultural writing essays, they're 5 and 10%. The essay drafts, revisions, this will change a little bit here as well. And then the midterm and final essays are 35%. So not turning in the cultural component will automatically drop your grade down, okay, by almost a whole letter. So submitting something is always better than submitting nothing. Okay, so please keep this in mind. These assignments are going to be due progressively throughout the term, and I will explain them in short videos or through student samples as needed. Okay. All right, back to the other page. All right, week 1, you guys should all be in Moodle. Okay. Now, by the final week of the semester here, you're going to have to submit this cultural component and personal reflection. Okay, this is 2 to 4 pages. This is 1 to 3 pages. These are not formal essays. The academic essays that I'm going to be talking about, those are formal academic essays. Okay, those will have a much higher standard and much higher expectation when we get around to them. These are just informal, okay? So you can do these at any point in the semester. And then you would just go down to week 14, and then you would upload them into the system, okay? Here's a little explanation of quantitative versus qualitative research methods. We are doing mostly qualitative research for this class, but some of you in the sciences will have to be familiar with quantitative. This is a pretty important document. It's the essay format guide. This lets you know how the essays should look, okay? It explains itself, so please have a look at that and read through it, okay? Because it's going to tell you, it's going to explain to you, okay, what the essay structure is, how the essay is formatted, etc., etc. For week 2, and this is what we'll start next week, I will outline what a thesis statement is, what a thesis statement does, and how the essay should be structured. Week 3, I'm going to do a talk on MLA versus APA citation style. These are just two different styles of citations. Depending upon your major, I'm going to basically make you just learn one of these. Okay, so if you're in the sciences, you're going to learn APA. If you're in the humanities, you're going to learn MLA. I want you all to read books 1, 7, and 8 from Plato's Republic. Those can be found here. Okay, all the documents are going to be in here. Here are some Plato essay student samples. This is the assignment for MLA and APA. This is a citation exercise. Okay, and then here is a research meta-commentary. I will probably at some point read through that, so that'll be part of the lectures that I'll be posting on YouTube later. Week 4, week 5, week 6, we're going to talk about Plato's Republic in class. Okay, and then the MLA exercise, AP exercise is due in week 4. Critical reading number 1 is due in week 5. Critical reading 2 is in week 6. And critical reading 3 is due in week 7. There's an editing checklist here. Okay, this is a portfolio exercise, midterm draft, just to make sure that you are drafting your paper. Now, in week 7, I will not be having physical class, but I will be in my office during these times here. So if you want, you can bring your drafts in. I will look at them and help you revise them. I'll tell you what's going wrong and what's going right. Okay, and that will hopefully make the final versions of your papers a little bit better. Your midterm is due here. Okay, week 8, clearly midterm week, we don't have class anyway. Week 9, I'm going to put up some essays by Kierkegaard here, but this will be our basis for the final paper, a comparison contrast between Albert Camus and Soren Kierkegaard. I will be doing lectures on them in these 2 weeks, so weeks 9 and 10 lectures, maybe a little bit into week 11 depending. Week 11, I'll be looking at logic and logic types. Okay, so some of these are very important, deductive proofs. Week 12, we'll talk about style, just down to the sentence level. And then week 13, I'll be doing my office hours again. So I'll be in my office once again all week doing this. So if you want, please bring in the draft and for my perusal, and I'll help you out. Now, here's the reflective writing assignment. Here's the cultural component. Here's our final paper. And then here's what's called the midterm revision. If you bomb the midterm, by policy, you are allowed to revise. You're allowed to revise it. Okay. So what I'll do, I will take the average of the two, and then that will factor into your final grade. Okay. So if you get an F or you plagiarize on it, and I give you a 0, you can try and at least recover some of those points. To make the point again, just don't plagiarize. Just for your edification, when you click on these tabs, you won't see this. You will actually see a drag and drop box. So all you have to do is just drag and drop those files, okay, either a PDF or a Word document. PDFs are preferred, into here, and then it will upload it. It'll take care of it. You don't have to do any printing for this semester. So everything is online. Everything is digital. Okay. And even the booklets that you need, the handbook here, okay, even those come in digital format. So we can do everything online. We're not killing trees, and we're not contributing to garbage on the island. So that's a brief overview of Moodle and how it works, what you can expect, what we're going to do as the course goes forward. So thank you.